we are going to be doing the demonstration of amphibious jet car by Obasanjo Kehinde. This is a demonstration that I would like Nigerians to see. The demonstration of amphibious jet car put together by Obasanjo Kehinde G. That's what we're about to watch now. It's going to be very brief, but we'll watch this special kind of jet made by Obasanjo Kehinde. It's an amphibious jet car that can be used in war situations if well made. This is what he has brought to show Nigerians. It is a prototype, if you ask me, but I know that with further development, he can do something more sophisticated than what he has today. But let us see what Obasanjo Kehinde has for us. That is a kind of amphibious attack in a war situation. That tells you what Nigerians can do. This is just an individual. He's firing into the sky. That's a technology that is new to Nigeria, but a Nigerian has domesticated it and can use it, as we can see now. He's shooting to the air, and he planned this to be an amphibious attack. So if you have the kind of model that can be in the sea, you can attack your enemies from the sea. It is referred to as an amphibious attack. That's from, can we put our hands together for this young man, please? Put our hands together for this young man, please. You can see that with support that this man needs, we are going to have a better or a more sophisticated product than what he has here. This is a demonstration of what Nigerians can do. Put our hands together, please, for this young man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kehinde Obasanjo. Put your hands together for him, please. Can we appreciate him more and more, please? That is technology at its best in Nigeria for today. Thank you, thank you, thank you indeed. All right. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is just the beginning of what Nigeria will see if science and technology is given the right support, if the right funding. He has appeared. Let's see him. Let's greet him. Let's wave. Yeah, let's greet him. Let's clap for him. Kehinde, Obasanjo Kehinde, we thank you so much for what you have done. This is a super creativity that you are sharing with us today in this arena. Nigerians have seen what you can do, and I know that the investment will come your way. We wish you all the best, and we want you to come back next year with another innovation or another invention. As far as we are concerned, this is a new invention in the annals of science and tech history in Nigeria. Thank you, Obasanjo Kehinde. Thank you indeed. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. We have just done one, so practical and so admirable. We are going to now invite NASDA, as we did earlier on, to please come up here for their own award, the National Space Research and Development Agency. And we also like to invite Dicon CED. Dicon CED. They did a military product. All right, they're here. Thank you. Then Raw Materials Research and Development Council. We want to bring in the Raw Materials Research and Development Council. And as the DG and CEO finds his way here, may I also inform the Minister of Science and Technology that he is going to do the presentation very shortly. As we wait for him to arrive, may I also acknowledge the presence of the board chairman, Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute, Chief William Wadnick. Sir, you're welcome. Thank you. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, may I invite the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Obasanjo, to come and make this presentation. It is in the research institutions category of the competition. Put your hands together, please, as the minister finds his way to the podium. Can we appreciate him, please? Thank you. Now may I invite National Space Research and Development Agency. They produce 3-axis gravimeter. It is they came third in this category. National Research and Development Council. Thank you. They came third in this category. And Dr. Chizia is there to receive the presentation. Now, we'd like to ask Dicon CED to please step out. Dicon CED to step out. They did a military product, IEM RAP Ezugu mine resistance, patrol vehicle, ballistic uniform, and rifle. They also made a rifle. It's Dicon CED. We thank you for your contribution to this expo. And again, the first position went to Raw Materials Research and Development Council, and of course we have the CEO here to receive the award. Development of Laurel stain from mushroom species. That's what they did. Raw Material Research is another major agency of Science and Technology Ministry. All right, let's go straight to the next category, which is the tertiary educational institutions. Tertiary educational institutions. First, let's invite Umaru Ale Shinkafi Polytechnic, Sokoto University. Umaru Ale Shinkafi Polytechnic. Umaru Ale Shinkafi Polytechnic, they are here. They did a solar pesticide sprayer. Pesticide sprayer. Solar powered. That's what they produced. Thank you. The next one is the Federal Polytechnic Oko in Anambra State. Federal Polytechnic Oko, Anambra State. They made a 24 volts cupola inverter. Federal Polytechnic Oko, Anambra State, you're welcome. They came second in this category. That's the Federal Polytechnic Oko, Anambra State. Thank you so much. 24 volts cupola inverter. Thank you. And of course, the first position went to Michael Okpara, University of Agriculture, Umudike. Michael Okpara, University of Agriculture, Umudike. They made a medicinal synthetic aluminum magnesium silicate. It's an antiviral medicine, ARV. Can we have them here? Michael Okpara, University of Agriculture, Umudike, are you here? Michael Okpara, University of Agriculture, okay? Yes. The university came first in this category.
All the award winners will submit their account details to the secretary.
Before the speech.
All right, thank you. All awardees should make their details available to the Ministry of Science and Technology. Before the minister's speech, the closing speech for this year's expo, to have a group program. The minister and some dignitaries who have in the next minute we can go to the Minister of Science and Technology, Minister award.
Look, enter out, go and carry your load. Go and carry your load. Make you not come up for town. They say one big disease, you don't enter town, okay?
What's the name of the disease?
Coronavirus, okay? They say big disease, eh? If they fly for air like this, one like windshield. What you make we pass? What make we go?
Oga, stop palm now. Corona not dey fly like winch, and running away not go solve the problem.
What is the solution?
Good question. Federal Ministry of Health don't join hands with Federal Ministry of Information and Culture. Say, if we follow some very simple instructions, we go prevent the spread of this coronavirus. Anytime when you sneeze or cough, cover your nose and your mouth with your hand. Wash your hand regularly with soap or any hand sanitizer wey contain alcohol. Avoid crowded places, but if you must go where people dey, make sure say you wear your face mask. Make sure say you boil your meat well, make it done. Avoid places when animals dey, but if you must go where animals dey, wear your face mask and your hand gloves. Any face mask or hand glove wey you don use, make sure say you throw am properly, make somebody else not go see am use. Those of una when they spit for public anyhow, make una no dey spit like that, because that kind anyhow spit fit spread the disease. Make una not eat all those animals like rat, bat, snake, monkey, and any animal when die of sickness. Make una drink plenty of water, because plenty of water dey help. Make una not spread fake news. Make una not share false information. Make una not cause unnecessary panic, because Ebola come this country. All of us join hands, we push am enter corner. So this coronavirus, if all of us join hands, we go also push am enter corner.
Minister of Science and Technology.
That's something you are talking about. Don't make this hold on, you have to tell me.
Okay, we'd like to welcome Honorable Kelechi Chima, former member, House of Reps. You're welcome. The awardees should just take collective picture. They take one straight picture with the minister, please.
What is it? No. So you now invite Minister to come for a speech. Let him read his speech.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we'd like to invite the Minister of Science and Technology to read or deliver his last speech to this special gathering at the Eagle Square. We thank you. Please pay attention, please.
The Honorable Minister of Women Affairs and past and present members of the National Assembly, past and present members of the National Working Committee of our great party, the All Progressives Congress, our highly respected awardees, my lords, spiritual and temporal, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. 5 days ago, on Monday, March 16, 2020, the 4th edition of the Science, Technology, and Innovation Expo was declared open by President Muhammadu Buhari, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. I thank Mr. President for commending the contributions of science and technology to nation building, particularly the capacity of science, technology, and innovation to create wealth for our country. Let me put it on record that the participation of Mr. President at the 4th edition of our Expo will remain indelible in our minds for a very long time to come. Indeed, this singular action of Mr. President has given the science, technology, and innovation sector the additional encouragement to strive towards utilizing science and technology tools for the overall development of our dear nation. I also thank Mr. President for granting scholarship awards up to the Doctor of Philosophy degree level to the 3 best, most promising young scientists in the country through the 774 Young Nigerian Scientist Presidential Award as a way of encouraging the study of science and mathematics in our nation. May I also use this opportunity to call on states and local government areas in the country to encourage their students that emerged winners at various stages of this competition. The past 5 days have witnessed continuous exhibitions in the various pavilions of research institutions, tertiary institutions, including universities, both private and public, polytechnics, colleges of agriculture, and colleges of education. Junior engineers, technicians, and scientists, and state governments, the military, the informal sector, and other outdoor activities, including fabrications. Also, we have had technical sessions on blue economy, presentations by talented young scientists of Nigeria, inventors, researchers forum, special days, training on the use of indigenous science kits, science teachers, continuous assessment of research and development results, inventions and innovations on display in all the exhibition stands, and most importantly, the presentation of awards by Mr. President. To the winners of the 7 young Nigerian students awards at the opening ceremony, the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology believes that when the best can come from our researchers, our inventors, our innovators, In this respect, Ministry constituted a strong team of judges to assess the inventions, innovations, and results of our Expo participants. The assessment was in various categories, including technology, entrepreneurs, research institutions, tertiary institutions, and junior engineers, technicians, and scientists. These assessments were carried out professionally and in a very transparent manner. All the winners that emerged in the first, second, and third positions in the various categories will be rewarded with 1,750,000 and 500,000 naira respectively. We are convinced that this will help us in building a new science and technology culture in our dear nation. Yesterday, I spent nearly 4 hours to move around the various pavilions. I was amazed at what I saw. There is creativity from both the old and the young in Nigeria. Nigeria is definitely on the move. I was impressed with the level of research and innovation that I saw on display during this 4th edition of our Science, Technology, and Innovation Expo. However, I still want our scientists to work even harder than they are currently doing. I was very happy to see many individuals in the informal sector making significant contributions to research and innovation in Nigeria. Research is not only to be done in designated laboratories. Your room and even the kitchen where we cook our food can, to some extent, serve as laboratories. There is an image that will continue to stay with me for a very long time to come. As I walked by display stands in the pavilion yesterday, I stopped at some as determined by the guide. I was surprised to see 2 small children, a boy and a girl, as they meandered their way through the crowd that accompanied me, to stand before me and demanded that I go back to see their display stand. Being one of those, we did not stop to ask questions. This was yesterday. These children were primary 6 pupils wearing their school uniform. This was clearly the Nigerian indomitable spirit on display. Inside me, I exclaimed, wow. I imagined it if this could happen in any other country but our special and unique nation. I saluted their boldness, courage, determination, and perseverance. We had to go back to their stand. You needed to be there to see the smiles on the faces of these 2 young Nigerian children. I was also driven around the Eagle Square in a solar-powered vehicle, which took advantage of Nigeria's location in the tropics with sunshine all year round. A good part of the body of the vehicle was made with solar panels. I sat with the driver in front while the permanent secretary and the director of science and technology promotion sat at the back. We had a nice ride around the Eagle Square in this noiseless vehicle without emission, designed and built by the Yaba College of Technology. As I moved round the pavilion, I was convinced more than ever before that there is no need for our dear country to be importing from other countries many of the things we now bring into our country from outside. I call on all policymakers and Nigerian investors to make time to visit the various stands in our future expos. If this happens, it will help accelerate the pace of commercialization of research results in our quest for self-reliance as a nation. Most distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to inform you that the output of our past 3 editions of the Expo have led to the creation of many small-scale businesses, which we believe will soon grow into medium and large-scale enterprises. I invite the organized private sector to take advantage of the research results and even prototypes showcased at this expo to create wealth for both themselves and our dear nation, as well as employ our citizens. It is with this in mind that I am convinced that we will continue to use the Science, Technology and Innovation Expo to create limitless opportunities for all Nigerians, including our graduates and even those that do not have formal education. Nigerians are very intelligent people, and I know some of the innovations and prototypes we see today will soon be the major contributors to the realization of our sustainable economic diversification program. We are determined to continue to work hard to ensure that in the future, Nigeria becomes one of the leading economies in the world. We will not rest until this is achieved. Also, in keeping with our plan to move the venue of our expos around the various geopolitical zones of the Federation to enable us harvest the numerous inventions and innovations that are bound in Nigeria. The 5th edition next year in 2021 of this expo will hold in the southwest zone of Nigeria at a venue to be determined later. Most distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for coming. I urge you to hold firm to the dream of a great Nigeria, hinged on science, technology, and innovation. The future of our country is bright. I urge you to see Nigeria as a country that has the capacity to lead the world. This we can do, working together, our collective dream can be realized. It is with gratitude to Almighty God that I most respectfully declare closed the year 2020 Science, Technology and Innovation Expo. I wish you safe journey to your various destinations. I thank you so much. May the Almighty God bless our dear country, Nigeria.
2020 Science, Technology and Innovation Expo has been an eventful one, a 5-day science and technology products and services exhibition program. Today closes the event, and the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya, having affirmed the immense creativity by Nigerians at this expo after seeing an array and display of innovations, has implored the Nigerian scientists to work even harder to bring out results for national development. From his experience and sight of the exhibitions, if the scientists are encouraged and sponsored, most of Nigerians' problems will be solved. He has advised the private organized sector to come in and take advantage to create limitless opportunities for Nigerians to create wealth. The expo, which came with a focus on enhancing the growth of a diversified economy through science and technology, was with the sole aim of identifying research findings and commercializing them by investors and entrepreneurs. Well, this is where the live broadcast of the Science, Technology and Innovation Expo 2020 holding at the Eagle Square, Abuja, comes to an end. And on behalf of the outside broadcast crew, I say thank you very much for staying tuned. My name is Justin Bemunyi.